My intention is that this video finds those who are needing this message at exactly the moment of the rise, or when the rise is about to happen. So this is such a beautiful time for you, because I feel that if you're here right now, also sorry if you hear chewing in the background, I have my doggies here. We are in Ireland on my frozen log, which is freezing my bum. But this message was coming through so loud and clear when I was on this walk. And so you're on the rise, or you're about to be on the rise, in a way that others are going to notice it and have so many experiences with it. Because for so long, I think that a lot of you are like the black sheep, whether it's of your family, or you were the black sheep in school, or in your community, or in your job. Like, you kind of, for a while, have been, I don't know if force is the right word, but kind of forced to pretend to be something that you're not, to shrink in order to be in those situations. But then I think that you went on this journey of understanding energy and understanding how to start alchemizing it, and how to start doing this work of using your free will, all the things that we talk about on this channel and in my programs, using your free will, rewiring your mind, moving into the new timeline. If you're in dream life sleep hypnosis, especially, like, this is something that a lot of people are experiencing right now. Sorry, just getting my doggy settled. But if you're in dream life sleep hypnosis, then this has been such an experience for myself and for many of you in it. I've never had a more popular program ever, and so there's hundreds of you guys in there, and I'm blown away by the power of doing this subconscious work and rewiring your mind in your sleep, programming in your dream life. And I think that on your way out, you start to experience all these final little bits, like we've been talking about, like yesterday. You start to experience like the last bits of evidence, and like the last bits of strings holding in the old timeline of people showing you their true colors, of like you just seeing the truth of situations, and you are then alchemizing those. You're bringing the truth through those. So like the more that you do this work, the more that you listen to your hypnosis, do whatever you're doing, rewire your mind, while these final bits are coming up. Hassan, can we not eat the tree right now? The more that you are setting yourself free. And so I think right now in your rise, you're shocking people. I think that like you probably aren't doing much else on the outside. Like, you've probably been doing these same things. Like, maybe, you know, you have a project that you're working on, you have art that you're creating, you put out content, like whatever it is, you've been doing that for a while. But as you have shifted the inner world, you have had this energetic breakthrough. And there have been people in your life who have doubted you, and who have thought that like your silly little projects, your silly little dreams would never come true, that your silly little dreams were just like delusional. And you know, that's just how the human conditioning is in so many people on earth, and it runs so deep. And oftentimes people think that they're loving you and protecting you by telling you to be realistic and all these things. But you've probably reached the point where you are no longer, and you haven't been falling for that for a while, but maybe you just had to like kind of be quiet for them while they were doing that thing and trying to keep you small and whatever, protected, whatever they thought they were doing. And you continued doing this work. And so now that you have this like actual, whether it's like results in the physical, or it's just, but also like not just, because like the energy shift is huge, but it's also the energy shift. People and their doubt is going to be so confronted with your upgrade. Like this breakthrough that you're experiencing right now is going to shake the freaking world. Like, I'm seeing like an earthquake, a tsunami, like it's earth shattering, not just for yourself. Like, you kind of always expected that this was going to happen, because it's literally like your destiny. And I have mixed feelings about destiny, because we have our, what I feel to be true, we have the quantum field, infinite possibilities, infinite timelines, or infinite potentials in this reality. I also feel that we have our soul contracts. We have our agreements. We have things that like in our collective that we are parts of, like in the groups and whatever, federations, wherever you came from, you agreed to do something down here. So in a way you were chosen for that mission. So of course you're going to have this breakthrough. And of course it's going to be right now in this great awakening, in the timeline split, in the moment why so many of us came to earth was for this moment. So of course you're going to be on the rise right now. And for those who have been deeply conditioned and deeply in this 3D world, it's not their fault. It's literally just repeated patterns through generations and generations, reiterated through media, programmed in their mind with different frequencies in the media, with just different ways of keeping people in the belief of separation, the illusion of separation. And so their doubt to you on your life kept them feeling safe. It kept their like authority in their programs being correct, like at a level of feeling safe. Like by doubting you, they were able to reinforce that they're doing things right, that they're correct, that, you know, they've made the right choices or whatever, instead of that inner knowing in them that has probably been trying so hard to be like, wake up, wake up, wake up. It's easier to channel that energy, because everything is just energy, to channel that energy into doubt on you. And so as you're not saying much in this moment. You're probably not saying much. You're probably not like even celebrating much with them, because you've realized that it's not even like those are not the people to be celebrating this with, because so often they'll see a little bit of the rise and they'll be like, that's not real, that's not realistic. And then it can take you off of your progress a bit if you take any of that as truth, especially if you're like at all vulnerable in that moment. And so you're not even like making a big deal about it. You're on the journey. You're on the energetic upgrades. You start walking into rooms, and before you even get in the room, people can feel your energy. You're probably on people's minds. Like I'm seeing people like in their bedrooms, people like not like that, but maybe like that. Like people just doing their job on walks, like doing their normal day-to-day life, and they're like, why does this person, you, keep popping into my mind? They're probably trying to figure out what to do with it. I'm seeing a lot of people like muting you, like if you share on social media, like muting your story and muting, like trying to protect themselves from these like intense thoughts that they're having about you, because you become so magnetic. So you become so magnetic, which means that all these people who have had these like connections with you, who maybe had a soul fragment of you, I think that's coming through right now too. So often we'll get in relationship with people, or we'll have some kind of connection with someone, or we'll even just empathetically feel into them. And in that, there can be this exchange where someone then like in a way takes a fragment of your essence with them. And in this work, maybe you've done this before, maybe you haven't, but if you haven't, I suggest you do it right now. It's so simple. You just say, I choose that all of me comes back to me from anywhere, any person, across all time, dimension, space, planes, and reality. Thank you, and so it is. If someone wants to write that in the comments, definitely do that. And when you do that, you literally start seeing people differently. You start physically seeing people differently. I was in this pattern with somebody recently, like over the past few years, and I had given so much to them because I was still in that like pattern of trying to fix people, and I definitely gave over parts of my essence to them. And as soon as I called all of me back from them and cut the cords with them, you can do that too. I choose to cut all cords of attachment that aren't for my highest good, and I choose to, you know, send everything back to everybody with love and the highest truth. Thank you, and so it is. And so you're calling all of you back. You're cutting all cords of attachment, and you're making that done across all time, dimension, space, planes, and reality. Thank you, and so it is. You can put up a protective layer of gold light. And in that, when I did that with that person, literally right after I just did that like 5-second thing, physically they looked so different. Because oftentimes what we see in other people that we feel like chemistry with or attraction to, that are not serving us in our highest potential, what we see in them and the reason why they become so just attractive, not just like romantically, physically attractive, like anything, like a job, a friendship, whatever, is because they have a fragment of us. So we're loving what we love about ourselves in them. And so when you call yourself back, the parts of you back, they start looking different, energetically, physically different. And you no longer have the attraction to them because you were just looking for you in them. That's a really big part of this. So you're calling all of you back. You're realizing that you don't need any of these other people. You don't need their approval. You don't need to fix them. You don't need anything from anybody else. I have chills now. And so you then become this like powerful, powerful sovereign being here on earth, embracing your reason, your mission for being on earth, like full body chills. And you start rising into the reason why you came here, and you become in alignment with your highest potential, with the abundance that you truly are, the love that you truly are. Everything, all illusions of dis-ease start to fade away. Life starts becoming free and easy and with grace and just flowing. And you no longer have these limitations of others. And as you are stepping into this right now, I just feel like we're walking through a portal right now. As we step into this together right now, people are probably thinking of you in this exact moment right now because you are shining so bright, because you just took back a part of yourself that they were using for their own energy, that they were using to, get through this reality because they haven't faced those parts of themselves yet, and the parts of themselves that are hiding their own light. And so you just called all of that back, and they are now feeling the absence of you, and they're all thinking about you, and they're wondering, and then they see you shining so bright, and they're like, what the heck? And this experience here, as you're on this rise, this, of course, it's going to trigger people. It's going to make people upset. It's going to make people jealous. But it's also going to make people inspired. It's going to make people love you. It's going to make people have such an experience with your energy, but none of it matters, right? None of it matters. What is your chosen timeline? If you don't know your chosen timeline, I talk a lot about it in these videos. Also, if you're new here, I haven't said this in a while, or if you're not new here, can you please subscribe? Make sure to subscribe. I haven't said that. The YouTube algorithm likes when you say that, and I have been told by some of you guys that my videos haven't been showing up for you. So subscribe if you're new. If you're not subscribed, definitely like this video. It makes a huge difference in the algorithm. And then if you would like, turn on the notification bells so that you get notified whenever I post new videos. This is a very potent time to be talking about these messages here. So many of us collectively are going through the void, ending the void that we've been in maybe our whole life, but there's different layers of voids. Maybe it's been like 4 years, 5 years, 7 years has been coming up a lot as a void. And so these situations that have kind of held us, like maybe it was a financial situation, maybe it was a health situation for me. Like I've been in this void of Ireland where I've been like held here, like literally no option had been presented to me to get me and my animals out. It's like so many different layers of like, you have to, if you go on certain ferries, you have to have a car, and if you have animals and blah, 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 all these different things. Couldn't get the car that I wanted because my California license, and you needed 5 years of experience of driving in Ireland, all these layers. So it was literally like the universe was like, stay here for now. And my ancestors too, I broke down on my family farm of my ancestors for centuries, like this very ancient farm to us. And in these voids, we have broken through and found our light and reprogrammed in the truth and deconditioned the illusions, right? When you decondition the illusions and you no longer see those limitations that others have been trying to shove down your throat, you then start seeing the truth. You then naturally start having this experience of the downloads coming in and of the doors opening up and of you walking through the door. That's what I was also seeing on this walk, was like this beautiful, epic door. I saw all the doors that closed, and that's one of my favorite prayers ever, is God, close the doors that are not meant for me, open the doors that are, but be prepared. As soon as I did that, the person that I really liked at that time, he was literally taken on a boat far away. And so it was not meant, that was not meant to be at that time. And then other doors started opening up, other ideas started opening up. And so I feel that all those closed doors that you've been experiencing recently, they were all with a divine purpose. They were all to hold you so that you could rise through this like grand door that I've been seeing today. This grand, huge, magical door. It's like it's kind of like silvery. It's got this like gorgeous like lock that goes into the lock opening, the key that goes into the lock, and it's like a ancient looking, really cool, intricate key with like this iridescent kind of stuff. And I'm a very visual person. We all have different gifts of like connecting with the divine, and so I see this just like opening itself for you, and it's like, oh, and like that is your rise. That is where you're headed. And literally all the noise down here on earth is like, no, you can't do that, la, 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 don't do that, that's stupid, that's irresponsible, blah 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 blah. That won't work out. You can't even hear it because you are in this higher dimension where like there's no turning back. That's what's so beautiful about this work and about arriving to this place, is there's no turning back. You cannot unsee these spiritual awakenings. You cannot undo these codes that you've received and these versions of you that you've called back from across all time, dimension, space, planes, and reality. Like, you've healed lifetimes. You've healed ancestral lines. You have healed like the collective. You have done all this. There's no way you're gonna like go back and be like, oh, I'm just a human, better go get a 9-to-5. Like, I'm just, you know, this is it. And it's fine if you get a 9-to-5 and you enjoy a 9-to-5. Like, there's no shame on that, but I think a lot of you don't feel called to that. But I know many people that do feel called to it and feel really in alignment with it. Like, maybe there's people in your 9-to-5 that you're meant to be around to heal, and like there's a purpose for that too. So you're on the rise. You're on the rise. You are rising. This is just the beginning of the rise. Like, there's no way to explain what's about to happen on Earth and what Earth is about to look like. There's going to be so many changes, and of course it has to get a little shaky first, but it's going to be beautiful. And this is the reason why I think you are here right now, is so that you could be present for the shaky and bring the truth through. The world needs you. The world needs your light, the things that you know, the codes that you have, and that's why you are worthy of this rise right now. So if this message landed for you, let me know in the comments. I would really love to hear it. If you don't know what to say, go ahead and put a wolf comment. Love the wolves. I joke with my dad all the time that I'm going to find a wolf, Mr. Wolf, and I'm going to become Araya Wolf. And I love wolves. There's something about it. There's something about the wolves. You guys know in Italy, I was visited by the wolves in my outdoor shower, ran up the mountain with the wolves. I don't even know if I'm pointing to when Arlo chased the wolves. Well, chased Zima, and Zima was chasing the wolves. Arlo's like, no idea that he was running after wolves. Zima's actually a guardian of the land there in Ireland. So I ran after them at 3 a.m. So a woman who runs with wolves was like legit that night. And so, yes, anyway, love wolves, love this experience here on Earth. 10 out of 10. It's wild, it is unpredictable, it's painful, it is hard, it's confusing. Like, even just today, just digging so deep, trying to figure out what ferry to take, how to get out of here. Like, all the timing is just, it's not there yet. I don't know exactly yet, because there's a ferry that that's available in a few days, but there's only one spot available, and it's the closest one to my new home in Portugal. But it doesn't look like that's going to work. I called them to see if it would. The ferry lady was like just very rude, in my opinion, and I just took that as a sign. Like, she wouldn't answer my questions, and I took it as a sign, like, that's not the one. I'm just trying to force that one. And then I didn't think there were any to France, and I just decided to look again, because I was told in my research that the ones through to France were not running in the winter. But then another line is, and that's much better. There's way more options. It's fine with my pets. You can come with a car, without a car. So even if my van doesn't get fixed in the next few days, I can take that and figure it out from there. So there's options opening up. The things are becoming apparent in the rise. It's inevitable. It's already happened. It's already happening. You're on the journey. There's no turning back. So I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next message. Goodbye, Aslan. Oh, yes. Hello, Arlo. Okay, bye, guys.